Okay.
Thank you.
Our third principle is taken from what's called a velocity diet. The idea behind this is we're going to have one day where most of our calories are going to be in liquid form. We're going to be making shakes. If you're interested in some recipes for shakes, I have a ton of stuff that I can send you, different manuals that have, gosh, maybe 20 to 100 different shake recipes. Proteins, and usually a protein drink or a protein powder with some kind of vegetable, not vegetable, yeah, you can put vegetables in them. Some kind of fruits, frozen fruits, maybe some different ways to add flavor that you like. One of the great things that my wife and I do for basic vanilla shakes, because I don't like basic vanilla shakes, is to buy sugar-free Jell-O and use whatever flavor you like to add to your vanilla. It sweetens it up a little bit and it gives you a different shake. And it doesn't add a ton of calories, and it doesn't change the consistency a lot, and it keeps you on track without being so restrictive and thinking that I have to consume something that is disgusting. If you find a protein shake you don't like, try to make it into something that you do. I don't cook without adding spices. I don't like bland or blah food. It's the same way with shakes. Try to find a way to make them so that you like them. But anyway, so one day a week or a couple of days, we're going to be doing the velocity days. We're also going to do another strategy of a cheat meal. Everybody usually really enjoys that strategy. I'm going to take it a step further. I want you to plan for a 2-hour window to enjoy whatever you want. Usually it's on a Saturday. A couple of reasons. Psychologically, it gives me something to look forward to. When you start a 28-day program or any kind of program that is restrictive or tells you to stay within these guidelines, the majority of the time you're thinking, oh, I can't ever have that again. I just want some ice cream. It's been a while. It's been 3 days since I've had ice cream. Ice cream would be so good. I'll just buy and get it. I'll just eat a spoonful of ice cream. But that tasted so good because you haven't had it in so many days. So then you have 2, and then you have a bowl, and then you have the whole container. And then you throw the container away, and you throw your arms up in frustration and say, I'm just going to start again next week because I already blew it this week. So then you have whatever you want. The idea is that when you have something to look forward to, your results are going to increase. Your chances of success are greater if you have positive in order to get positive out. Okay? It also allows your body a chance to reset. When you're doing restrictions and changes on a regular basis when it comes to nutrition, if you have a day that's got a spike in calories, then your body says, we're fine, we don't need to go into starvation mode, we still get plenty of calories on a regular basis. Does that make sense? So it's actually science that has proven why stuff like this is beneficial. It's not just somebody who hated being restrictive and wanted a free-for-all one day just to make themselves feel better. It's twofold. Okay? So those are the nutritional strategies we're going to do. Your week's going to be set up like this. Basically Monday and Tuesday, 3 meals of proteins and produce. 1 shake. Your shake is going to be either half before, half after. There's 3 or 4 different ideas to schedule your day, depending upon when your workout is. But your shake is going to be based on your workout time. Because after your workout, 30 to 60 minutes after a workout, your body is in prime condition to start rebuilding and recovering and take in as much of that good nutrition as you can give it in order to get the most out of that workout. Okay? So that's written in, like I said, and it depends on when your other meals are throughout the day as to having a full shake or a half a shake. The idea is that some people need something in their system as well before they work out. If you work out first thing in the morning, you don't usually get up and have breakfast, then a half a shake is better because it gives you something, and then a half shake afterwards to help that recovery process start in. So those are a couple of days a week. Wednesday, for example, you'll do an intermittent fasting day. So Wednesday, your evening meal is your last meal until Tuesday morning or later in the afternoon, or Thursday. Seriously, 7 days you're not eating. This is going to be a really cheap 28-day challenge for you guys when you go to the grocery store this weekend. We'll try that next. That'd be like the next level. Okay, after the 28th day, we're gonna work on that one. Intermittent week-long fasting days. The fasting program. And then for a couple of days, you're gonna have your regular time. So Thursday, Friday, back to the proteins and produce. Saturday, you have a velocity day. So you have 2 or 3 shakes, and then that's when you schedule that window of opportunity of mass consumption. Whatever sounded good the rest of the week, well, that's what your goal is to consume that day. And the funny thing is that as I've been teaching this throughout the years and had clients do this, I used to, in the beginning, challenge when I was doing one-on-one clients, I would challenge them to see how many calories they could consume on their cheat day, because after their cheat day, they basically had a hangover effect. So that cheat day then became 3 cheat meals, then became 2 cheat meals, and then it became 1 cheat meal, because their body started processing regular and real food, and they felt horrible anytime they cheated that badly. Does that make sense? And it was also a challenge for me to see how long they could last on an entire cheat day. But anyway, so those are some of the ideas for nutrition. And then Sunday will be another velocity day. Here's another trick. I don't remember if I put it actually in when I wrote the manual. If you do your Saturday cheat day towards the end of the day, Sunday, when we do another velocity day, I also want you to drink twice as much water. Because then you'll basically flush the body out, super hydrated, helps to overcome the effects of the mass consumption the day before. Okay? But anyway, there's also some more detailed information, or if you would like some more information, do some more research on your own, just let me know, and I have a ton of resources that I can email you. There's also basically a quick travel guide for when you travel. Just 6 bullet points that say, hey, you can stick on a plan even when you travel. People do it all the time. It works, and it can be done. No excuses. I had already stated in the beginning that my goal is to support you as much as I possibly can during this 28-day challenge. The days 3 to 5 are really going to be the hardest. But if you know that going in, then you can plan ahead. Don't hang out with any of your friends on days 3 through 5, because friends are bad. We all have them, we all know. That when you want to stick to a goal or to accomplish something, never fails. It's not intentional, it's kind of a subconscious sabotage on their part, because you're working towards something that they usually feel guilty that they aren't working towards. Or they see you accomplishing something that they want to accomplish, and they want to kind of knock you off track. So, you know, I know that you're supposed to be eating the food that you brought for lunch, but man, I had a great morning this morning, so hey Jamie, let's go to McDonald's and celebrate. Or the whole office is part of a seminar, and they brought in food, so I didn't have to pack any food, and they decided to bring in pizza and brownies, and not these brownies. But if you plan ahead and know that those things are going to be happening, after days 3 or 5, it gets a little bit easier. That's when I also want you to call me, text me, email me, and the support group. Use the Facebook to actually do what Facebook is supposed to do and encourage and assist and support, or maybe just a place to complain and about the things that are going on, or about how hard your day is, or oh my gosh, it's 5 o'clock and I'm not eating until 6:30 and I'm starving, I'm going to eat my arm off, somebody help me, somebody, you know, somebody shoot me a kind word or tell me to keep motivate or keep moving forward. But use the Facebook page or Facebook groups to share or to pass on your successes or failures, because you're not alone. It's one of the reasons that it's also very beneficial. It's because most of us think that, oh, but nobody else understands what I'm going through. My life is so much harder than everybody else. I don't understand, I don't get it. And although we each deal with something different, all of us feel that way. Or is it just me? It is just me? No. Ah, okay. After that, there's some additional information. Like I said, a lot of times, understanding the why behind the what helps us move forward. So there's some information about hormones. A lot of research been done recently. More recently, it's been publicized that there's a couple of different hormones that have kept us from getting or accomplishing our goals. One is insulin. Most of us are walking around in an insulin resistant state because we're eating too much sugar and processed foods. So our body is loaded with insulin. And then after a period of time, it doesn't work, so that insulin isn't able to do what it's supposed to do, and we store all this blood sugar as body fat on a regular basis. And we got to stop that. Another one is leptin. Leptin actually doesn't allow us to release any body fat if our leptin levels are off. So without boring you to death, science behind it, there's just some basic information about the hormones that we need to be concerned with and why we're doing what we're doing. Because sometimes when you get this information, you realize, there is a reason that I have been stuck in this condition. Even if I've tried X, Y, or Z and it hasn't worked, I didn't realize that this is the reason that it wasn't working. And now with that information, you can move forward and accomplish what you want. Okay? Outside of that, I think that's pretty much all I have as far as the information that I wanted to give to you guys and discuss specifics in detail. Do you guys have any questions for me? Don't be shy. A couple more things. We're going to do it based on body composition. I already told you that. So at the end today, if you have time, we're going to go hook you up to a machine that's going to give you a shock only for about 10 or 15 seconds. And then if you survive that, then you'll get a reading. No, it's quick and painless. I punch in some numbers, you hold on to something, and it gives you a measurement. The only thing is that you want to be consistent. We're going to start measuring on Mondays. So every Monday is your measurement day. If you're not here, I also have a couple of times throughout the day. I have a window at noon or a 6:30 p.m. If you're not joining us for the workouts, that you can come in. Or if that doesn't work for you, let me know, and we'll try to schedule out another time that we can go ahead and do the measurement. But we're doing measurement Mondays. To stay on track, the majority of the time when we're doing a program like this, or if I'm working with an individual, I would have them track their progress or measure every 4 weeks. But this helps you to not think that, well, I can do whatever I want this week because I still have 3 more weeks to make up for it. It's more specific accountability and motivation. Okay? And we're going to use that, like I said. It's just a number. It's just our way of measuring. I don't really care what your numbers are. I'm not concerned about it. There is really no 100% accurate form of body composition measurement. All of them have a slight variation. So to make sure that it is as accurate as possible, I'm going to ask you to do a couple of things. Measure at the same time. So try to come to the same class, the same session to get your measurement on Monday. And number 2, a 2-hour window before you get measured. I want that to be as close to the same as it can be every measurement day. Because with the bioelectrical impedance, the hydration, whether or not you've eaten, if you've had any alcohol or caffeine or tobacco prior to your measurement, it's going to throw it off. I'm not saying that all those things need to be eliminated for 2 hours prior. I put an example: if you wake up, have a cup of coffee and a couple pieces of toast, and then come in and you get measured, then every single Monday, I want you to wake up at the same time, I want you to have that cup of coffee, and I want you to eat those 2 pieces of toast. Does that make sense? Okay, because we want that to be as accurate as possible in order to get the results, so that the winner can be chosen fairly. Got it? Anybody have any questions? Like I said, don't be bashful. Yes, Kim?
So if I come to boot camp, do I have to do more than that?
Do you have to do more?
I mean, is there exercises different than what we're going to do in boot camp?
There are some people that are not involved in boot camp. So I've given or put together a program that they can do at home or in their own gym. You're going to get the best results the more you do. And I'm not talking about overtraining and doing crazy stuff. But if you come to boot camp, maybe an extra 20 minutes to 30 minutes of a walk or light cardio or something during the day. Another thing that Tam Lee's inspired me to do is for this one is we're going to have different challenges. You can be a part of them if you want. If you don't, then don't. All right? But they're fun. She's doing right now a squat challenge, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so every day it progresses you're required to do so many squats, and then the next day you're required to do so many more. And right now, what are you up to?
150.
150 squats a day. Where when you look at it on paper, you think, oh my gosh, I don't have time for 150 squats. That's a lot of squats. Last week she calculated when she was doing her squats in boot camp in one session of about 30 to 35 minutes. How many squats have you done just in boot camp?
Just in boot camp, we did 120 that day.
Exactly. Throughout the day. So it's not a crazy amount or a crazy number. And a lot of this stuff, how long does it take you to do your squat challenge for the day?
Sometimes I do them at work. It can actually only take about 5 minutes.
Exactly.
It's pretty fast.
And it's not complicated. We're going to have some different weekly challenges, some push-up challenges or wall press challenges. If there's an exercise that you can't do, let me know so we can modify it. We'll do a plank challenge that increases in minutes per day. But that's the sort of thing, to answer your question, there's added stuff that you can do to get better results. Or if you just want to put in some more time. Are you required? Nope. You're really not required to do anything. I can't make you do anything. Does that make sense? I can give you the opportunity to get the best results that you possibly can get. I am here to give you 100% of my time and efforts to support you, to answer questions, and to be here to motivate you every single day. I'll be sending out emails first thing in the morning, and I want you to look at those emails as soon as you possibly can, so that can be the beginning of your day and set you up for a successful day. And then there's, like I had just said, to answer Kim's question, there are several other things that you can do if you want to get better results. Excellent question. Anybody else have any questions? Yes?
So if you're not a member of the boot camp, you can still come to it every night?
Yes, so what happens with the boot camp is, or with the challenge, is the 28-day registration covers registration for everybody to get the manual, to get the guidance, the support, which a lot of times is way more, usually as a service, than $28 for a month. That gives you access to that, plus the opportunity to win the prizes. If you want to do that on your own, that's cool. If you want to join us, then for an additional $28, I'm going to do a cheap deal for a membership so that you can actually join us for the workouts here at the studio. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So it's a 3-day-a-week membership for those 4 weeks that we're doing the challenge. Does that answer your question?
And what time?
Right now I still have a couple of time slots in 5:15 a.m., 6:15 a.m., or a 5:30 p.m. Good?
Yeah, 5:30.
All right. Anybody else have any more questions? Going once. Going twice. All right. Who's going to win? All right. So guys, I want this to be fun and exciting. Coming in late, but you're going to win? You don't have to be first to win all the time. I want you to enjoy this process. I don't want it to be restrictive. I don't want it to be boring. I don't want you to pull something up and immediately think, oh, this is going to last for 28 days. I'm going to have to do this for 28 days. Because I know a lot of you, and that's really how you focus, how you think about it. Some of you I see almost every day already. So like I said, I want it to be something positive, something to look forward to, something to enjoy. And it's only 28 days. It's not like I'm asking you to do this for 28 years. That'll be, again, one of our next level programs that we'll sign up at the end or before the 28 days is up. But anyway, like I said, have fun. Engage with your partners in the challenge on a regular basis on Facebook groups. Post stuff. Don't be bashful if it's sarcastic or just use your personality when you're interacting with others too. It's one of the things that I tell for you guys who haven't been in boot camp or coming to any of our sessions. I don't want you to come in and just kind of go through the motions and with a deer in the headlights just do what I tell you to do. Number one, I want you to do what I tell you to do, but how many know that never happens? Ever. But I want you to bring in your personality, okay? Because if you can't enjoy doing something, then my thought process says that I shouldn't be doing it. Got it? All right. Thanks for coming out. I'll grab the bioelectrical impedance machine. Oh, and another thing, to save the best for last. Well, actually 2 things, because I forgot earlier. The brownies that you had, they are legitimately on our program. If you want the recipe, I'll send it to you. you ate black bean brownies this morning. And I wasn't going to tell you ahead of time because I also know a lot of you. And you probably would have said, I'm not eating black beans. That sounds disgusting. And I was going to do coffee, but my wife and I were talking that with the amount of black beans in there, coffee and black beans on top of that, we just got our bathrooms fixed, and I really want to have to come out and add some new pipes again, because that took forever. So, what was the other thing that I was going to talk about? Oh, as part of the challenge, I have another requirement. Again, the best for last. Before and after photos. The door's locked, you can't leave. Andrea's going to be over in the corner doing the before photos. And actually with the before photo, you don't even have to smile. Because most people are unhappy with their
Look as frumpy as you can.
So it's going to look better if you feel like really, really unhappy. Okay?
Those aren't going to be posted, right?
No. They won't be. Here's the deal. Yeah, here's the deal. All right. Here's what happens with before and after photos. I get to use them at my discretion for any website to make any money I need to on YouTube or whatever. No, those are not posted. These are not going up on the website. What happens, the reason we do before and after photos is because, number one, most of us look at ourselves every day, all day, every time we walk by a reflective surface. You don't see the gradual changes that take place. If you have a before photo, that's proof that I'm moving in the right direction. It's extremely motivational, number two, when you look at that before photo and say, I'm going to do whatever it takes to not have another photo like this.
What if we want to post it because we look so amazing?
That is correct. That's an opportunity you will have when we're done. So what happens usually when I do before and after photos with clients, most people have the reservations. I hate photos. I don't want to do this. I hate photos of myself too, so I understand. But after they achieve a certain level of results, then they want people to see that if I can do it, anybody can do it. And it's very motivational when you actually post a before and after photo and you get 20, 30, 50 people commenting, wow, you look amazing, what did you do? Wow, I would like to do exactly what you did. Wow, that's so impressive, that's fantastic. Those things really build you up and keep you motivated to keep going. Because my goal, it doesn't happen in 28 days, but my goal with everybody that I come into contact with is to make sure that they understand this is a lifestyle. This isn't just something that you want to do for a short period of time so that you can hang out on the beach in Mexico. If you're going to Mexico, I would recommend that you do this and work as hard as you can because you'll have more fun on the beach if you work hard. But the idea is that I want to make this something that that I do for the rest of my life. Because when you feel good about yourself, when you're strong, you have energy, you have a better attitude, life is so much more, number one, easy, and number two, enjoyable. So that's the goal, to set you up in that direction.